It took me 4 days, but I finally did it. I finished my first character art. Now, yes, I do have a background in art. I went to school for media arts and animation. No, that does not mean that I want to do all of the things for my book. Okay, that is exhausting. It is exhausting to be the person who does all of the things. I know that a lot of people talk about how when you're an indie, you get to have your hands in everything. I don't want my hands in everything. Sometimes I want to outsource a thing. During my first book, because I was at a small pub, I was like, hey, I'm so tired. And not even as close to as tired as I am going full indie on this book. But I was so tired, and I did hire someone to do the character art because I'm not good at poses. But I was like, you know what? I am good at faces. So maybe I can do the character art this time and save myself some money because I am putting this book out all on my own, except hopefully not entirely on my own. You see, I'm trying to get the character art up and finished so that I can do a Kickstarter. Now, the last time I did a Kickstarter, I was able to offer things like bookmarks and stickers and character art. And I didn't want to go into this Kickstarter with no things. But when I did that other Kickstarter, my book was already published and I was doing the Kickstarter for an audiobook. This time I'm doing the Kickstarter so that I can just publish my next book, right? And so I'm using it as like a pre-order campaign. Order it from me. It saves me so much money so that I can actually fund this book. But I didn't want to go in with just the book and no other things to offer, right? But I also knew that if I needed to hire someone to do the character art, that money would come out of the Kickstarter fund, which is not helpful because I needed to pay for my editor, but also that it would take time, right? Like to have a really good character artist, you're going to be waiting in a queue because they're probably very highly wanted. You're going to have to wait for their timeline. There is the payment that is necessary, right? So I knew that I could save myself some time if I did it myself. And I actually really did need a break from writing, okay? I have 3 books coming out this year. Supposedly one of them is coming out this week, actually. It's Monsters and Masquerade. I really hope that that is actually coming out this week. I have not received any author copies, so I have no clue if it is. But that's okay because eventually I should be receiving those and eventually it will come out. The other thing coming out is, of course, this book, which I am still in edits for. It's out to beta readers right now. I'm going to do a really quick implementation of the things that they're seeing that need to change, and then it's off to the editor. And in the spaces in between, I'm also writing another short story for a spicy anthology called Jingle These Bells. Yes, you guessed it. It is Christmas related. And if you are interested in contributing to that spicy Christmas anthology, this sign up link is in my bio, okay? So after this character art, I have to finish that story, okay? It has to get done super, super quick. It is a short story, so it shouldn't take that long. And this month, while these beta readers are reading, I'm going to be using that space to write that short story. Immediately after, I'll be jumping back into edits to work on implementing those beta changes. And when that is off, I anticipate that I will be getting edits back from the editors of Jingle These Bells and that I'll have to be making those changes to the short story because I am not a perfect person, right? Who writes perfectly. I hate those people. I love them. I secretly envy them. Anyway, so I anticipate edits from that. And then I will be working on the full of my Haunted by the Ghost of You story, which is a YA horror that my agent currently has out. And so I'm working on making that as beautiful as can be. And I anticipate that by the time summer is rolling around, I will be deep into writing those and hopefully finished with all things Paramore so that it is just off to the art creators, off in past pages, off in what is it called when you print it out? I don't even remember the terminology anymore. I feel like that's how long I've been out of the game and now I'm trying to get back in the game. All of this to say that doing some character art really was a nice break for my brain. But this did take 4 days to do. That is a really long time, okay? And I also want to get one more bit of character art done. I would like to do the male main character. And I'm not like super good at doing men. Guys, it's a YA, so like dudes. I just don't do it. I'm not saying that I'm bad at it. I just don't draw them. I don't find them that pretty. Which is funny. But like, how am I gonna character draw them? How am I gonna, like, when I do the skin for girls, like, it's all very smooth and I've got a way that I blend, and so when I do a guy character, if I blend his face out, is he gonna look like airbrushed as if he were like, I don't know, maybe wearing makeup? You know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to look airbrushed the way I would want my girl characters to look. That's a style I really love for my girl characters. So I'm going to have to figure that out. I've been watching some videos, but not a lot of people have a similar style to me of the videos I've seen. I'm not saying that my style is entirely unique. What I'm saying is, like, I'm looking at videos on how to draw dudes, and their styles are so different from mine, and I do want the characters to match, right? So we'll see what happens. And if you guys hate it, I will just not do character art again. Or maybe I'll do character art, but it'll be always missing the dudes. Maybe this is a sign that it's time for me to write a girl and girl fantasy because I can't draw dudes. Anyway, this is my Banshee character, and I have her partially in her human form and partially in her Banshee form, okay? So, they have really long white hair. They really give woman in white vibes, right? There's a little bit of purple in her hair, but that's meant to be like shadow. And it's really, when you're drawing, it's a lot easier to do cool tones and purples and blues and greens than it is to just go straight gray. For some reason, that just doesn't quite give in the art, right? So I did go with like a purplish tone, but her hair is white, but you'll notice at the bottom that I've got the brown there because there are moments in transition where the white transitions to her natural brown color and the brown transitions to her natural white hair color when she is in either form, okay? No one form is her correct form. Both forms are her form, right? You'll also notice there's like some shininess on her skin. So because this is Irish mythology, there's a lot of like, oh, very pale, ghostly, deathly skin. But I think that what I really wanted was to show some other color representation. And so instead of having a character who is mixed race, right, turn white, turn pale, I wanted there to be like this ghostly essence to her. And so instead I have this like iridescent shimmer that comes over their skin. Additionally, one of the things in the newest versions of their like transformation is that they do become more ghost-like because their skin becomes like almost translucent. Like when you're looking down at their hands, you can kind of see the ground beneath them, and it kind of gives them a closer to death feeling. And so one of the things I really wanted to make sure that happened was not that we are turning someone who is brown white when they become this mythical, beautiful, you know, otherworldly version of themselves. And so I think that that's what I'm trying to capture here. Hopefully it comes off as captured here. I actually had to look up like some iridescent glitter to see if I could mimic the effects of it on her skin, and I love how it turned out. I hope that other people love that too. And of course I put her in the forest because they do spend a lot of time haunting the woods as they go to look for their charges to warn them of death. So if you're seeing the woman in white, the ghostly-ish figure in the woods, and they are keening to you, you might take that as a warning that death is near. Sorry to be so morbid. Like, obviously, I'm kidding. You're not going to die. Don't freak out. Don't freak out. None of us are going to die. It's just a story. It's a cool story.